Hi guys, in today's class we're going to learn about letter of complaint. This is a letter that you can write based on an unpleasant action that you face. Oh, now I will share my screen and ask you to wait for about a second. So here it is. And this is the writing guide. So the first, as you know, as you proceed, we have to start every letter with salutation. Salutation means that you greet with people that you are writing to. For example, we can start with the sir, madam, manager, to whom it may concern. And if you don't know the name of the person you are writing to, you can use this. It's always advisable to try to find out a name. And you can write if you know about the surname or the identity of person like the Mr. Jenkins. If you know the name, use the title like Mr., Mrs., Miss, or Miss Doctor, and etc. And the surname only. If you're writing to a woman and don't know if she uses Mrs. or Miss, you can use Miss, which is for married and single women. And why it's not moving? Oh, here. And we can move to introductory paragraph. So we can start our letter in this point. You have to identify what the issue is and any relevant information and that you believe that's important. You have to include more details if it's approachable to the situation. For example, I want to express my strong dissatisfaction with the service I received during a visit to your restaurant on some place. The next paragraph, we can notice the body part, and you can extend your thoughts and feelings further. Yeah, be sure to stick to the facts and avoid putting emotions in this letter because this is a formal letter and you cannot speak with emotions, with anger, with sadness, or with happiness. You just only be in a very serious tone and use the polite motion. Include the time of the issue, location, people involved, and what the problem was. And you have to, any complaint should be supported with a justification. What does the word justification mean? Justification means that it's a kind of proof that you have done something or you have the details on a certain topic or an issue. For example, I can say, like a complaint, I still haven't received the goods. And my justification is, I sent you a check 3 weeks ago. Next. So we can close the paragraphs. You have to write how you want this problem to be solved. You can also throw in some compliments about something you like about the company's product or service. For example, yours faithfully and your name at the back. You can write yours sincerely or your faithfully. It doesn't matter, but the one difference is here. Your sincerely is typically employed in English when the recipient is addressed by name. Example, Dear John, and is known to the sender to some degree, whereas yours faithfully is used when the recipient is not addressed by name. For example, the recipient is addressed by a phrase such as dear sir or madam. Tips. Remember about linking in the letter. Linking means the words that you can connect one word into another on the content. Between paragraphs, for example, firstly, secondly, thirdly, doesn't matter. It means the consequence of the things, of the statements that you have been highlighting in the background. Firstly, I have built a table, then the waiter brought us the wrong starter. Stop, that means the first course. To make the matter worse means that you had a very unpleasant situation and on the side, some people came or the waiter made a game mistake and it made the matter worse. And within a paragraph, We can write my wife and I, for example, we lied to something. However, this is a linking word here. In spite of the fact that the waiter brought the wrong starters again, for example. And we have, again, one more tips. You have to focus on the most important facts. Don't give unnecessary background information. Make sure you include the reason for writing, what went wrong, what you'd like to happen now. And complaint letters are usually written in a formal style. Use passives to be less direct and more formal. For example, I was served quickly. You can write as well, a waiter served quickly, but you prefer more passive ways in formal letters. And you say, I was waited quickly. I was served quickly, for example. And in the fifth tips, you can use your faithfully to sign off if you don't know the name of the person you are writing to. And we have one more tips to mention. Always proofread your letter after writing it. Check for sentence structure, grammar, spelling mistakes. Proofread your letter again after you have raised it. Be respectful when you write, even if you're writing a letter of complaint. And we have here the opening part cliches that you can use always while we're writing a letter of complaint. Dear sir, madam, to whom it may concern, I'm writing to express my disappointment with this or dissatisfaction with the service I received in. I'd like to lodge a formal complaint against your company for the reason outlined below, or I feel compelled to write you in order to describe the situation, for example. I think that's all for today. And I hope that you get a brief description or brief highlightement on the topic of complaint letter writing. Thanks for your attention.